up there at AlanCoxShow.com. If you need to hit any of us up on social, you can do that through the bottom of the page there.
Do you want to submit to be one of the Instagram hotties?
Before you get fat.
Well, listen, we can, why not be reflective of the time, right? Nothing wrong with anything that a couple extra curves won't help.
If you gain your weight in a curvy spot, and if you're someone like me who puts on all belly, then you still got these weird little legs.
Listen, world needs more burlesque performers.
That is true.
So, feel free to submit yourself by emailing Bill.
Bill at AlanCoxShow.com. I got some good submissions this morning and yesterday.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. See, I would think that now would be the perfect time for maybe people to do an impromptu shoot.
Yeah.
You know, they got the right light ring, the whole thing. Oh, yeah. They've got it all staged for the express purpose of submitting themselves to Bill.
Especially if you're one of these people that's making that move to like an OnlyFans account or something, trying to make money somehow. Hit me up. I'll get you featured.
I was going to say,
people doing that right now.
We absolutely want to get you before you are eaten and devoured by the world of pornography. So we'd like to say we knew you when? Before you had all those cigarette burns on the inside of your thighs.
I know people that are like committing. They took a cheap flight to Florida and they rented a house just so they could shoot porn in it for their OnlyFans. I'm serious because they didn't want anybody else to know. Like West Coast, like I guess you can put you can set perimeters on it where like the East Coast or West Coast
or parameters
on it where the East Coast or West Coast cannot view it, so no one on the West Coast can see your content.
His is a perimeter. It's a perimeter around Florida.
Geographic perimeter.
I know girls that do camp stuff, and they do it in Ohio, but they make it so nobody in Ohio can watch them.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know you could do that, but...
Okay, well, that changes everything.
Yeah, so make it so only people on East Coast can see it.
It's like the way you can't be...
Or West Coast, I mean.
...a bureau chief if you're in the WMMS range. So if you can hear us on the radio, you can't be a bureau chief.
That's right.
But if you are outside of that area, you can be a bureau chief. So
now, wait a minute.
You don't want people to know around here that you're doing porn, but you don't care if somebody in Wyoming knows you're doing porn, right?
How do you do that? It's like just like a setting? Like
I'm sure it's a setting.
Check off which states you don't want to see you?
I'm just going to message him like, hey, how did you set that setting?
Yeah, you'd have to be really specific with that because you've done a lot of road gigs.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, is that comedian we saw the other couple of months ago? She's showing her cooter.
Listen, Duluth, Minnesota, you're out. All right?
Make it only for
Duluth,
Hawaii.
Green Bay,
It's the place
Madison.
where you're going to have the biggest numbers, though. People, because of your celebrity status, that's going to up your audience for sure.
I don't want people who I can run into to see me naked. That's the point.
You're not going to run into these people again.
Yes, I will.
Mary Santora's Ha Ha Hole.
Her ha ha hoo ha.
Isn't that amazing? I hope you think so.
I'm telling you, I started working out again today at home. I'm getting that ripped body, and
Good
then
for you.
Unchecking Ohio.
Yeah.
Where else? Probably Michigan. I know a lot of people in Michigan.
Listen,
everyone else.
They've shut down porn production, but I was reading, porn, and I think most people could come to this conclusion. Not exactly going to be really hard hit because all those girls are like doing cam work anyway, and they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
These girls are going to make so much money doing cam stuff.
Invest right now in a dildo company.
That's not a bad idea.
Dildo stocks are going up.
Or medical marijuana. Just the weed company in general.
Yeah. Dildo company, pot stocks, all of it. Would you like to do a pot?
When I was at the liquor
invest
store,
in my company.
When I was at the liquor store yesterday, it was inside of a giant eagle, and there's this lady that had all this booze, and she gets up there, and she's like, here, I want all this stuff, and they're like, this is a lot. And she's like, well, you guys are closing, so I'm going to sell it myself and make a bunch of money. And they're like, we're not closing.
Yeah.
We're essential.
Yeah.
She's like, what? And they're like, we're not closing anytime soon. Liquor stores are going to stay open.
People need
She put it
alcohol
back?
in times like this.
And no, she just walked out.
I was going to say, she didn't buy it, though.
No, she did not buy it.
Yeah.
That would piss
She
me
just
off.
left.
They foiled her plans to price gouge.
And there's a cops in there like the whole time because they like were letting people in like 5 at a time. And so he just knew what was happening from the moment she walked up to the register with like armfuls of giant bottles of Maker's Mark. And he's just like, oh, like he gave me this look like, I bet you didn't buy it. I'm like, I'm on your side, man.
Right.
I like having those like eye conversations with
Oh,
people.
yeah.
I love that.
Where you guys like you both like you know what's going on.
So Bill helped me move Friday. Get just the big stuff took a half hour. I had 4 guy friends. I went and bought each of them a little 6-pack of White Claw. So I was walking
Just
out.
what guys like.
Well, I know Bill doesn't drink beer, and my one friend only doesn't drink beer either. And I couldn't get to a liquor store, so I was like, okay, well, I know you guys aren't gonna. If I got you a 6-pack of beer, you wouldn't drink it. So
You don't drink beer?
I don't really drink a lot of
Really?
beer.
I didn't know that.
I don't
Yeah.
drink a lot of White Claw either, but
But you have a girlfriend, and she can drink it or whatever, or dump it down the drain. I don't care what you do with
met
it.
my girlfriend.
So
Dump
not
it down
really
the
a
drain.
gift for him.
It'll
then.
get drank.
My
Thank you,
point
though.
is, I came walking out with like I looked like Gus from Cinderella with all the corn in his mouth. I had 4 big things like tucked under my chin
Of
with
White Claw.
of White Claw.
Yeah.
And this guy opens the door for me, looks at me like a real big. He goes, "Have a good weekend." It's like that.
He's like, I guess this is Mary's relapse. He's probably a listener. He's just like, uh-oh.
And his eyes got all wide. And I was like, if this were all for me, why would I buy 4 individual
Yeah.
6-packs?
COVID-19's hitting her pretty hard.
I've
Just to
had
pace
friends who
yourself.
I've actually talked to about that are like reaching out and they're like, "Hey, you're not gonna like go back to drinking, are you?" Da, da, da. I was like, "This would be the worst time to be drunk. If you're an alcoholic,
That's what I'm saying. You would be off your rocker right now.
no, it would just be the point of when I would drink is because I like to go out
You wanna
and have
party.
fun.
You're a
yes,
fun drunk.
I want to party. I want to do shots with people. I want to have fun.
Oh, we're having parties.
Sitting in my apartment alone, drinking 3 bottles of wine. I was never that person, but.
Honestly,
That's so
Yeah, but
sad.
but
There's
what
nothing-
people are doing though is they're getting drunk and then they're getting on Instagram Live or they're doing like group chats with people. Our buddy is doing like a virtual bar where he gets a bunch of people to hang out
Virtual
on
happy hour.
Yeah, stuff like that.
I guess. Not good for people like me.
No.
Okay.
Check in on your sober friends if you have any who aren't drinking or doing drugs. Be like, hey, you doing okay?
No, I had a whole schedule last night. We had a great time. Took the dog to the run around outside for a while. Then we had dinner. Then we played Mario Kart. Then we did some Pop-A-Shot. And then we did some other stuff. And then we watched TV.
Nice.
You ran the circuit.
Yeah.
I did all of my hanging last night. I put up some.
Not yourself, I hope.
No, I'm still here.
Good.
See my neck?
Yeah.
Untainted.
It is free of abrasions.
Untainted.
Good for you.
I actually hang myself by knees, so that's fine.
Gets a nice blood rush to the head. I have the old Nautilus machine or the ankle locks, and I hang upside down like a bat.
Yes. I put like some stuff in the hallway and I hung up posters and I put my curtains up, like hung the curtain rods and put the curtains up. So I've been staying busy.
I have a thing about the curtains.
Ready.
Okay, so you have curtains, but you also have blinds.
Correct.
Isn't that usually kind of a faux pas to have both?
I don't
From
know.
a design aspect, I would say that if you have curtains, you don't need the blinds.
I don't
there.
know that that's necessarily true. I think aesthetically there are some people who like that blinds and drapes look.
I just like the
It's
color.
not for
No,
me.
I think they look
but-
great.
I like the color on it.
But I just thought it looked, and again, I don't know a ton about design, but I thought it looked strange having the blinds and the curtains.
I just posted a picture of my very cute living room to Instagram at Mary Santora Comedy. Does it look weird? I don't think it looks weird because you can
It
choose.
looks strange to me.
You can choose what you want to have. If you want to have a nice sunny day, you leave it all open. If you want a little bit of sun but through a blue tint, you close the curtains. If you don't want any light, blinds down, curtains closed.
So for those of you listening who are utterly flummoxed by how drapes and blinds work, there's a little primer for you from Mary Santora.
here's
Larry's
my
walked you
point.
through it.
Some people don't know.
Wait a second. What? Are these vertical blinds? No, vertical blinds and drapes would look weird. You've got
I've got
probably
horizontal blinds.
the factory standard in any apartment,
Dude,
tan, beige,
They're white.
never been dusted blinds. Or white.
they're white and you just push them up and they stay there.
Are they the honeycomb ones or they're the slat blinds?
They're
slats,
flat,
but they're
but you push
they don't
it.
have a string, they just go up. Yeah.
Okay.
I've never had blinds like that. I've never seen blinds like that where you don't have a string to pull that you fight with and then they're uneven or whatever.
Yeah,
You
then
just
you
go-
get the slanty blinds.
Yeah.
That was always...
No slanty blinds. You just push it up and then it's there.
Please, that's racist. I've got money to give to you, $1,000 just about every hour all day to help you guys with your bills. So good luck.
Rover's Morning Glory wants to help with a chance at $1,000. We have your shot at $1,000 right now. Text the nationwide keyword CARE, C-A-R-E, to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's CARE to 200-200. Good luck from 100.7 WMMS.
Speaking of blinds, the apartment that I lived in before Gwen and I moved in together in Chicago, I've talked about it. It was a first floor apartment, right? I was renting somebody's condo, but it was a first floor corner apartment. But the windows only looked into the alley. There's no view whatsoever. The windows looked into the alley between my building and a church right next door. But because there was always some kind of ne'er-do-wells in that alley, the windows had bars on them. But also the blinds opened from the top because I didn't want people walking by and looking in my place, but I could still get sunlight, you know? Mm-hmm. So the blinds would open from the top.
That's smart.
Okay, interesting.
City living, baby.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch senses. Going from sight to smell. Have you guys heard that if you lose your sense of smell and your sense of taste, you might be infected with coronavirus?
No, that's so much poop.
This is not proven, but this is like kind of anecdotal evidence that if you lose your sense of smell, that's like a sign that you might be infected.
Well, isn't that a sign of a cold? Not being able to taste or smell anything?
Well, I feel like your senses might be dimmed in that,
I don't think I've ever lost.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but I feel like it's different. The thing that I read too is that one of the surefire signs that they have noticed is red eyes.
Oh yeah,
like when you look like you have allergy eyes, they're like that's a big tell for coronavirus.
All right, let's look. Everybody, look right into your camera.
The taste and
Alan,
the smell too.
Good.
I mean, I don't want
Mary,
to touch my
good.
face, Bill.
Me, good.
Yeah.
Poundcake, infected. But the reason I brought up the smell thing, though, is because there's a surefire way that I've been a proponent of for years.
If you fart at me, I swear to God,
I'm just saying, I'm trying to save your life.
I will not.
My farting your farts is the best way to keep yourself healthy right now.
Did you notice, by the way, that I cut one in the office in the break?
Did you?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I've been like really farty today, and
What'd you eat?
What'd
you eat last night?
I wasn't in the office right that long in the break, so I must have missed it.
Okay, yeah.
But good for you.
It's just a little payback because we've been in there before, and
Yeah,
you've really laid one down.
He unleashes the egg monster.
I thought
Egg monster.
well, it was one of those. Mine was like a real. It was like
I wonder if it still smells.
a sulfurous
Poundcake,
SBD.
go see if it still smells.
It's not
in
going to
there.
still smell in there.
It might. I really laid down some artillery fire.
The side office?
Our office.
Our office.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might still be lingering, and I didn't even mean to. It wasn't like I went in there.
Sometimes they're a little, they
I
get
didn't.
out there.
I didn't go in with the express purpose of doing that. But
Appreciate your honesty.
I did.
But farting your farts is important right now.
I did fire one off.
Because if someone can smell that fart, that means that they are not sick.
I don't know about that.
Or I don't know how reliable that is because your farts, I think, would be able to blast through any diminished olfactory capacity.
How does it smell?
There's no smell.
No smell. Okay.
Oh, so it didn't really linger.
Weak sauce.
But nurses and healthcare professionals have been talking that they have noticed that one of the big tells of coronavirus infection is red eyes. So to the point where they'll talk to people across the country, around the world, and say, what do their eyes look like? Are their eyes red? And they'll say yes. But it's not the white part of the eye. It's like around the eye, like you look super tired or you're wearing red eyeshadow. Red eyes, they say.
Like puffy eyes almost?
Yeah,
like itchy, puffy.
Like allergy
Yeah.
eyes. Yeah.
Like they've been rubbing them.
They said, we have had patients in the hospital whose only symptom was the red eyes, and we've seen them pass away.
Man.
They didn't have a cough or a fever?
Nothing is what this
Just
person
the
says.
eyes and
just
then
the eyes.
This is such a weird virus.
Maybe
It
it's
is.
mutating.
My mom said that she's never seen anything like it, and she's been a nurse for over 20 years. She said she's never seen anything like this.
I think a lot of people, well, in this country, yeah, people who have never gone overseas. In this country, a lot of people are in that same boat. Doctors and things, they're like, I've never seen anything like this. They found a guy on a bus in China who had the hantavirus.
I don't even know what that is.
It's something that I don't know that it passes human to human.
Did you say hentai?
Hantavirus.
Antivirus.
The hantavirus. It's
That's expensive.
It's just animated girls with giant boobs.
Yeah, if you want the unblurred versions, though, you got to pay up.
Tentacles and all.
Yeah. No, you get it from being around like rat urine or rat droppings. Yeah, it's a rodent virus.
Wilford? What's his name? Will. The rat guy.
Wilfred?
No.
Willard? Willard. And Ben? Isn't there a sequel called Ben?
What's Willard?
Is a guy who has rat friends, or he's the
Yeah.
king of the rats, or
Yep.
he does, what is he? What is he?
I don't remember. I remember
Rat Master.
Rat Master. There you go. You Rat Master.
He's got rats and he sticks them on people, and I think they kill people, right? I made that up.
There was a movie when I was in junior high, and the premise sounds stupid, but I loved it. It was Peter Weller, who played RoboCop a few years later. This precedes RoboCop. And Shannon Tweed, who's been married to Gene Simmons for many years. It's called Of Unknown Origin. Have you ever heard of this movie?
I have not.
Early 80s. And it's a guy, he's got a great life. He's got a wife. He's got a son. He's just getting a promotion at work, right? And they're renovating this home. Yes.
Do you see Shannon Tweed's boobs in this movie?
I don't think so. I'm almost positive that I would have remembered that as a young kid. I was probably 12 or 13 when this was out. And his family leaves for a vacation, and there's a giant rat in his house, and they're renovating, and in the process, he's so obsessed with this rat that he's like destroying his house looking for this rat. Mm-hmm. And I haven't seen it in a long time, but boy, I loved it as a kid. And I bet you anything if I watched it, this thing would not hold up one iota.
What's that? Mousetrap. Isn't that a movie where that happens? Where there was
a
guys?
game called Mousetrap.
No, there's like
Nathan
two guys.
Lane.
Nathan Lane, yeah. He like destroys an
Oh.
entire condo looking for this mouse.
I think it's like a mansion.
Is it?
I feel like it is.
I know it's multiple levels.
It's a really old mansion. I remember this movie.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't see that.
Maybe they all have hentai disease.
Maybe so.
Think so?
Yeah. So, a giant rat movie based on a book.
Oh,
you
it's a
gotta love
giant
those.
rat. That's the
it's
difference
big
in
rat.
yours.
Yeah,
Okay.
big rat, yeah. Hey, Dick.
Hey, how are you?
More to the point, Dick, how are you?
Oh, good. I was telling Poundcake, is your toll-free line messed up?
No.
Oh. Well, I'll use this line. I just wanted to give
I don't
you
think toll-free is a thing anymore, is it, Dick?
Huh?
It's calling from a payphone. It's calling from work.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to tell you, where I work, Mission Essential, Lowe's didn't close up. We just reduced hours, and the carryouts are doing pretty good around here, but it's...
So is it
the traffic isn't real good.
have they cut your hours at all, Dick?
Yeah, no. Actually, we're going to be at 7. It's 7 to 8:30 Monday through Saturday,
Monday.
and it's 8 o'clock to 7 o'clock on Sunday.
I was going to say, Dick's
the
like
governor gives us the leeway, to come back.
Sure. Dick's like Teflon down there, right? They keep him on. He's working through.
You miss Bob Evans. You miss like all of those are shut down. So
what else do you miss? What else is jamming up your routine? You can't go to Bob Evans. What else?
well, you know where I've been going. Fresh and Time's pretty good.
The Fresh Time, the market?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
okay.
get pizza and sandwiches there.
Hey, look at that. Well, a lot of these places, though, they've taken away, like, the serve-yourself food. Like Sheets now, they're not having the pizzas or the dog.
Shake's pretty good, and McDonald's, they're pretty good.
A lot of drive-through, right?
I've never heard of it.
Drive-through. Sometimes people get Jets Pizza. Do you have one in Cleveland?
Love Jets, yes.
Oh, they're pretty good, But I've been listening to the governor, and I think Trump's doing good, and he's doing what he can to just hope that somebody got sick at our store and they had to go home. I thought we'd have to shut down.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Dick, it doesn't. Your perception of this is not that the president's doing nothing, which is what he's doing.
The president's doing great.
Oh, you think he's doing great? I see.
I mean, he's talking about, and wine, I can understand, a lot of people, but we're shut down. I don't think we are used to this, the restaurants.
Yeah, well, we're definitely not used to it, yeah.
Not the sporting scenes and everything.
Oh, my goodness. Did you hoard anything, Dick? Did you hoard toilet paper or anything like that? Did you hoard Bob Evans coupons?
We ran out. We still get supplies, guys. I'm not kidding you, of toilet paper, Lysol, and Clorox wipes.
Never have too many of those Clorox wipes. So they have toilet paper at the Lowe's.
Yes.
All right.
And one thing I do miss, I had to buy me 3 CDs today. There's no band practice till the day before my birthday, April 13th. But I'll get through this. Have a good day.
Listen, as long as Dick will get through it, then I think we'll all get through it, right?
That's right.
He's out there sequestered in Beaver Creek.
It's nice to see that Dick is still essential.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. President's
essential.
doing great,
President's
says
doing
Dick.
great,
Doing
yes.
great. I think that's the consensus no matter who you are. Doing great. Focused on the task at hand and nothing else. All right, if you're on hold, I'll grab you on the way back. If you want to shoot a text, 35192. AlanCoxShow.com for everything else.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app. Rover's Morning Glory.
Dumb, in high school, you think your girls' soccer team was better than the boys? Trust me, the women's team.
I'm pretty sure the girls did a scrimmage against the boys.